I am literally pacing around my room because I cannot contain my emotions after piecing together what is happening with Smitty right now. We all know Bradley Smitty Smith is the investigative journalist of our dreams. He has been holding on to that explosive plasma ring article, but right now, his entire focus has shifted to the devastating aftermath of the tornado that just ripped through the country club. Smitty is out here trying to write the definitive Pulitzer-worthy feature on the storm's destruction. He wants the raw, unfiltered truth. He wants the vivid imagery, the tears, the survival stories, and the sheer human resilience that emerged from the rubble of Martin Richardson's political fundraiser. Smitty is diving deep into the trauma of this community, but what he is about to uncover is a completely different kind of disaster, and I am losing my mind over it. Let's set the stage here, guys, because Smitty is doing the Lord's work, trying to document the emotional toll of this storm. He is running around interviewing everyone, trying to capture the exact feelings of the survivors. First of all, he is heavily focusing on the absolute medical miracle and tragedy of Catherine Cat Richardson and Eva Thomas. Can we just pause and think about how Smitty is trying to write about Cat, the girl who literally hates Eva with a burning passion, risking her own life to donate her liver to save her? Smitty wants to capture the terror of that night, how Eva was found bleeding in the dark stairwell, and how Kat is now fighting for her own life because of surgical complications. Smitty is documenting the fragility of life, the desperation of the Richardson and Thomas families, and the sheer panic that gripped the hospital. He wants his readers to feel the weight of that sacrifice, but it is not just about Kat and Eva. Smitty is deeply personally traumatized by what happened to his own partner, Martin Richardson. I mean, my heart was in my throat when Martin was crushed by that massive tree. Smitty is trying to process his own near loss while writing this piece. He is documenting Martin's heroic moment of redirecting the campaign funds to tornado relief right before groaning and collapsing from a concussion. Smitty is interviewing his own family, trying to put into words the sheer terror of watching the man you love fall to the ground, unconscious, amidst the howling winds and shattering glass. Smitty wants this article to be a masterpiece of survival, a testament to how the people of Fairmont Crest pull together when the sky literally falls on them. And then we get to Andre Richardson. Oh, sweet, pure, innocent Andre. Smitty sits down to interview Andre to get his perspective on the storm. And guys, this is where the narrative completely flips, and my blood pressure starts rising. Andre is sitting there, recovering from his severe leg injuries, popping painkillers, and looking like a wounded puppy. Smitty asks him about the storm, and Andre does not even care about his own physical pain. All Andre can talk about is his wife, Dani Dupree. Andre looks Smitty in the eye, with his voice breaking, and talks about his agonizing fear for Dani because she was trapped in the elevator alone. Andre is pouring his heart out, saying how terrified he was that Dani was isolated in the dark, panicked, and suffering by herself while the tornado raged outside. Andre's entire emotional trauma is based on the idea that his wife was completely alone in that metal box. Are you guys following me here? Because this is where I need to scream. Smitty, being the thorough, brilliant journalist that he is, decides he needs more visual evidence for his article. He wants security footage of the storm hitting the country club. He wants to see the exact moment the lights went out, the chandelier falling, the sheer panic of the guests. So Smitty manages to get his hands on a recovered backup of the country club's security system. He is sitting in front of the monitors, scrubbing through the grainy, flickering footage, just looking for B-roll for his story. He is watching the timeline of the fundraiser, watching the guests scramble as the tornado warning is announced. And then he sees it. I am literally shaking just thinking about his reaction. Smitty is watching the camera feed pointing directly at the lobby elevators. He sees Dani Dupree rushing toward the elevator doors. But wait, who is walking right behind her? It is Bill Hamilton. Yes, guys, Bill freaking Hamilton. Smitty watches, completely paralyzed, as Dani and Bill step into that elevator together. The doors slide shut. And in the very next second on the time code, the power grid fails. The lights go completely black. The elevator is stuck. I need everyone to breathe with me for a second. Do you understand the magnitude of what Smitty just witnessed? He is sitting there, staring at a frozen frame of darkness, realizing that Andre's entire emotional breakdown was based on a massive, toxic lie. Dani was not alone in that elevator. She was locked in a tiny, dark, confined space with her ex-husband. Smitty's journalistic brain is working in overdrive right now. He remembers Andre's words so clearly. She was so scared because she was by herself. Why would Dani lie? If it was just a coincidence, if they just happened to get stuck together and nothing happened, you walk out of that elevator and say, oh my gosh, Andre, it was terrible. I was stuck with Bill, of all people. You complain about it. You don't systematically erase his presence from your survival story. The fact that Dani specifically constructed a narrative where she was alone means she is hiding something huge. And we, the audience, know exactly what she is hiding. We know they hooked up. We know they had that passionate, guilt-ridden, panic-induced elevator sex. But Smitty doesn't know that for a fact yet. He just knows she is lying to her devoted husband's face. Smitty is sitting there, staring at the security footage, realizing that this is no longer just a story about a tornado. This is a story about betrayal, deceit, and the impending destruction of a marriage. I cannot even imagine the heavy, suffocating weight sitting on Smitty's chest right now. He has the undeniable proof of a massive cover-up right in his hands. What is Smitty supposed to do with this information? I am tearing my hair out, trying to figure out what his next move should be. Option 1, does he go directly to Dani and confront her? Imagine that scene. Smitty walking up to Dani, pulling out his tablet, and playing the footage right in her face. Care to explain this, Dani? If he does that, we all know exactly how Dani will react. She will completely break down. She will turn on the waterworks. She will grab Smitty's hands and beg him, plead with him to keep his mouth shut. She will feed him the exact same line she fed Vanessa, that it was a mistake, a panic response, that she thought they were going to die, and that it meant nothing. Will Smitty be manipulated by her tears? Will he let her convince him that telling Andre would only cause unnecessary pain and destroy a beautiful marriage over a moment of weakness? Smitty has a good heart, and Dani knows how to play the victim. But then there is option 2, and this is the one that makes my stomach churn. Does Smitty take this footage straight to Andre? Guys, Andre is literally the sweetest, most supportive man on this entire show. He is currently limping around, feeling guilty that he couldn't be a better cousin to Eva, feeling helpless because he can't donate his liver due to his painkillers, and all the while, he is worshiping the ground. Dani walks on. He literally just gave her a woven promise ring for their pinky fingers. If Smitty walks in and shatters Andre's reality, it will absolutely break him. Andre's already growing slightly suspicious because he overheard Dani and Vanessa talking about an affair before Vanessa covered it up with that ridiculous casino lie. If Smitty shows Andre the tape, Andre will connect the dots instantly. But doesn't Andre deserve the truth? How can Smitty look Andre in the eye at family dinners knowing Dani is making a fool out of him? And we haven't even talked about the Martin factor. This is the part that has me screaming at my television. Smitty and Martin are the ultimate power couple, but this secret could literally tear them apart. If Smitty decides to confide in Martin about the elevator footage, how is Martin going to react? Martin just won his congressional primary. He is dealing with his sisters fighting for their lives in the ICU. The last thing Martin needs is a massive family scandal dropping in his lap. But more importantly, Martin is fiercely protective of his family. Will Martin's political instincts kick in? Will he tell Smitty to delete the footage and bury the truth to protect the family's image and Andre's heart? If Martin demands that Smitty compromise his journalistic integrity and his moral compass to protect Dani's dirty secret, it is going to cause a massive ideological clash between them. Smitty believes in the truth, and Martin believes in optics and family loyalty. This could be the wedge that breaks them. I am just so incredibly frustrated with Dani right now. How could she be so reckless? And let's not forget the ticking time bomb that is Bill Hamilton. Bill is currently walking around arrogant as ever, fighting Mike Davis in court while completely unaware that his current wife, Haley, is literally poisoning him to death. If this elevator secret gets out, the fallout will be apocalyptic. If Haley finds out Bill hooked up with Dani, she might just up the dosage of her poison and finish him off. Or she might use it to publicly humiliate Dani and Andre. The interconnected web of lies in Fairmont Crest is stretched so thin right now, and Smitty is holding the scissors. Smitty is standing at the ultimate crossroads. He started this week just wanting to write a beautiful, tragic story about Mother Nature's wrath and human survival. Instead, he has stumbled into a human disaster that is going to leave a trail of emotional wreckage far worse than any tornado. The power dynamic is entirely in his hands. He can destroy Dani's marriage. He can break Andre's heart. He can cause a rift with Martin. Or he can carry the toxic weight of this secret forever, letting it eat away at his soul every time he sees Andre smile at Dani. I am so stressed out for Smitty. He did not ask for this. He was just trying to do his job. I need you guys to sound off right now because I cannot process this alone. What would you do if you were Smitty? Do you confront the liar? Do you tell the victim? Do you warn your partner? Or do you hit delete on that security footage and pretend you never saw a thing? The drama on Beyond the Gates has never been this intense, and I am counting down the seconds until the next episode.